Hello, I'm Old Man Cuber, and today we're going to go over the background on the clock, also known as Rubik's clock. So we'll start with the history. The Rubik's clock was a mechanical puzzle invented and patented by these two guys, and then our favorite Hungarian professor of architecture, Erno Rubik, bought the patent from them so that he could market it under his name. Hence, the Rubik's clock was born. It was first marketed in 1988. And unfortunately, I did research. I couldn't find when they stopped making it. But at some point they did. Yeah. So if you do happen to know it or do happen to find it, please feel free to put that in a comment down below. That'd be awesome because I would like to know that. Anyway, so the Rubik's puzzle or the Rubik's clock is to solve it. It's the point. You've got 9 clock faces here, 9 clock faces here, and the goal is to have all of them pointing to the 12 o'clock position. Or straight up, as some like to say. And that's why there's 18 clock faces. 14 clock faces are independent. The corner ones here that are attached to the wheels, these are not independent of each other, hence 14. So if I turn it on this side to the 12 o'clock position, on the other side it's also the 12 o'clock position. So yeah, that's why it's 14 instead of 18. But that being said, with all the 12 o'clock 14 independent faces, the next question is well, how many combinations can there be for solving it? And the answer is 1,283,918,000,000. Yeah, that number. So basically 1.2 quadrillion. Yeah, that's a mouthful. That being said, the Rubik's clock is officially one of the 17 events by the World Cubing Association. So a World Cubing Association competition. The clock may be offered. It's not offered all the time. There's one in December in Orlando that I was hoping to get into, but it filled up in record time, 23 seconds. That should be a WCA event. How fast a registration can fill up. That being said, yeah, there have been a number of times and in over the past few years that discussions have come up to try to remove the Rubik's clock. It's personally, I don't want it to go. I kind of like it. It's a fun puzzle. But if it does go, I'll still play with it. Because like I said, it's a fun puzzle. I enjoy it. It gives me something to do, if I need to give my fingers a break from cubing. But that being said, the current world record that the WCA records, there's 2 different styles or different records that they keep styles. One of it is for the single solve, which is currently at the time of this recording held by Tommy Cherry, which is 2.16 seconds or 2.16 seconds, which occurred at the Mid-Atlantic Championship 2023. The other is the Olympic average, which is you take 5 and you knock off the lowest and you knock off the highest. So yeah, my fingers, I'm not dexterous enough to do 3. But you end up with the middle 3. And then they take the average of the middle 3, and there you go. Which is currently held by Tommy Cherry, 3.5 seconds, and it was at the Cubing USA Nationals in 2023. I would have figured the same event, but nope, it wasn't. So the clock itself, there's currently 3 manufacturers. Like I said earlier, Rubik's no longer manufactures the clock. There's 3 manufacturers that currently make one. Chi-Yi, which makes this one. This is actually the fan favorite, if you will. It is the most expensive one out there, but I personally think it's well worth it, because in this there's 208 magnets, which is more than a 3x3. You take that, ball core. So 208 magnets. There's 4 large ones, which I think are actually built into the pins, and then the rest are small ones that are spread throughout. Some of which is there's 1 magnet under each clock position, under each clock, and then there's 1 in the wheel to help line it up so it doesn't shift. One of the reason why it's magnetized, and there's actually quite a few videos out there and if I get one, I might try it, of them people magnetizing or trying to magnetize the Rubik's clock. You'll see it with magnet rings on the outside, as opposed to these that are built on the inside. So it looks kind of but that being said, back to the manufacturers, there's also Shenshao, which makes a 3x3 or 4x4 is what they call us. They also make other variants. They make a 3x3, which ends up being a triangle shape, and then a 5x5, which is a pentagon shape, and they look fun. I might get one later, but until I get better, when I'm confident I'm competitive in this, then I'll start playing with those. But the third manufacturer is a company, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, so forgive me. Lingao, that's Lingao. And based on the pictures of what I've seen, it looks almost identical to Rubik's clock. It's the coloring is the same, the face is the same. The only thing is it doesn't say Rubik's, and it's got a little logo down here at the bottom. But I think that's basically it in terms of what I have for the clock. The clock is, it's a fun puzzle. Try it out. But so I'll go ahead and call that a wrap. If you like this content and would like to see more of it, please feel free to like it, and then also if you could click on the subscribe button, and then click on the alarm clock so you get notified when there's new content. That being said, thank you very much, and you have a good night.